Welcome to Learn Short and Typing with VIKAS Sir. The Hindu editorial dictation heading is tenuous tech. देखो इसमें बेसिकली इसमें बोला गया है जैसे कि महंगाई के बारे में बोला गया है कि महंगाई हमारी दिन पर दिन इन्फ्लेशन हो रही है। आरबीआई ने इंडिया की जो इन्फ्लेशन हुई है आपकी 6.0%। देखो बेसिकली महंगाई तो काफ़ी हुई है कोरोना वायरस की, जैसे पिछले 2 साल के बाद जो भी हम यहाँ पे आए हैं काफ़ी चीज़ों में बदलाव हुआ है कि हमारे जैसे इंस्टीट्यूट की फ़ीस में बदलाव हुआ है। किसी में स्टेनोग्राफी की जो फ़ीस थी वो मतलब 2012 में 13 में 800 मतलब 1000 तक थी, 1000 तक तो शॉर्ट एंड टाइपिंग की, लेकिन अब 1200 फिर 1400 1500 ये हो चुकी है। लेकिन आप अपने जैसे जितने भी आपके आसपास के स्टेट्स हैं, मतलब जहाँ पे भी आप रहते हैं उसमें आप बताइए कि आपकी फ़ीस कितनी है। ठीक है। और आपके कई शहरों में 3000 3000 या 4000 भी है, 5000 भी है, काफ़ी बड़े बड़े शहरों में। लेकिन कोरोना के वायरस के बाद काफ़ी बढ़ोतरी हुई है। इसी को लेकर ये आर्टिकल है। द आरबीआई मस्ट बी रेडी टू रिकैलिब्रेट क्या होता है कि बात दोबारा से सोचना। इट्स इन्फ्लेशन प्रोजेक्शन, जो आपका इन्फ्लेशन प्रोजेक्शन है, एंड शिफ्ट पॉलिसी स्टांस, जो शिफ्ट पॉलिसी का स्टांस है। काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट आर्टिकल है आपका। बी रेडी, 100 वर्ड पर मिनट स्टार्ट। India's inflation based on the consumer price index quickened to 6.01% in January, breaching the central bank's upper tolerance limit of 6%. While the headline number was no surprise given that the RBI had forecast the acceleration, the official data merit scrutiny. Provisional estimates show the hinterland, with its greater proportion of the country's poor, bore the brunt of rising food prices, with rural food price inflation sprinting to 5.18% from December 3.39%. Oils and fats quickened the fastest at 18.7%, though the RBI had been expected to start normalizing its pandemic era policy stance in February's monetary policy meeting and reaffirm its resolve to contain inflation. The central bank retained the status quo in order to support economic growth. Governor Saktikanta Das has defended the RBI's projection for inflation to slow to 4.5% in FY23 by citing the base effect as the cause for higher headline inflation this fiscal, and predicted that a similar base effect would help enable a downtrend in the coming months. The RBI's assumptions, however, could unravel if storm clouds on the horizon intensify. Stop. Uncertainty over the Ukraine Russia tensions pushed global crude prices to a 7-year high earlier this week. January's inflation in transport and communications, which reflects retail fuel prices, slowed a mite from December but was still at 9.3%. Pump prices have stayed static for a while, is likely effect of the pull season. The center may soon have to allow oil marketers to pass on the global price increase to consumers, which could spur inflation further or cut excise duties, resulting in lower revenue for the exchequer. Add to this mix the uneven economic recovery from the pandemic, and the outlook gets even more cloudy. IHS Market's monthly survey of purchasing managers shows that though manufacturing output and new orders expanded last month, growth rate eased. Uncertainty around growth prospects stemmed from concerns about inflationary pressures. The RBI's January survey shows households expect inflation at 10.7% a year ahead. Though this is a confirming decline from the 12.6% seen in November, the significant gap between the RBI's projections and households' views suggests consumers' perceptions of price gains are markedly higher and could likely constrain their spending. This is undesirable as the NSO's advanced estimates of GDP growth for the current fiscal show private consumption expenditure still lagging behind the pre-pandemic level of FY20. Any worsening on this front could challenge the RBI's objective of holding down interest rates to support growth. With Governor Das asserting that price stability remains the prime focus, the RBI must be ready to rapidly recalibrate its inflation projections and shift policy stance to match its mandate or risk hurting its credibility. Full stop.